Alright, next video in this series. So right now, my phone is booted up, and all I'm going to do is restart and go into recovery. And I'm going to nuke the load that's on the phone right now, and I'm going to install a minty fresh ROM. Being that I have the 1.4 and the latest version stored on my phone already, I don't need anything. All I got to do is get to those two files and install them once I have the new load back on, because otherwise it's going to ask me for everything. So go off screen here so I can type in my password. There we go. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is go into advanced wipe and nuke all the important pieces. So cache, Dalvik cache, system, and data. There we go, nuke. My phone is essentially blank right now. And go back home. And now I'm going to do an install. And this third line down is the latest ASCP ROM. It's dated 2018-12/03. I'm going to grab that guy and install it. Now what should happen when the phone comes back up again is it's going to prompt me for my PIN, because that's stored in a separate place. But otherwise, this phone is going to be completely virgin blank, nothing on it. Probably prompt me for, login names and phone numbers and stuff like that if I'm right. Pretty sure that's how it's going to work. So let's just take a couple more seconds. There we go. Reboot. So it says updating partition details done. So I now have a minty fresh ROM on here, and now it's going to come back up with that minty fresh ROM. I mean, this is about as virgin as you can get with a phone. And this startup screen is going to take a little bit longer than normal, just because it's never been run before as far as this phone is concerned. It doesn't know anything has ever happened to it yet. It's thinking that it's got to set all of its initialization stuff up right now. Otherwise, this screen would be here for like 2 seconds and go away. And there was a slight little beep that means I'm about ready to come up. There we go. Okay. So let me go off screen so I can type in my access code. Here we go. All right. So there's a few things like my background image that are stored elsewhere that are not part of the ROM or part of the configuration for this particular build of the OS. But nevertheless, this phone, notice there's like no apps on here. And if I go into apps, which, remember, the last time I did this, Power Velocity was installed. And I'm going to go into here. Alright, so let's go down. Yeah, everything on here has changed. So there we are down there, so it would be like right in here. Or rather, between phone and recorder. Whoops. Nothing there, because I have no apps on here at all. I mean, there's no Chrome on here. There's no email program. This is completely minty stock ROM. Alright, so I'm going to go back in here, and I want to go to the generic file app, because nothing is on here. And I want to go to my hard drive, and App Monster, because that's where I have this thing. And scroll down to Power Velocity, wherever the heck that is, OP. Okay, so there's the 1.4 app, and there's the 2.3 app. I'm going to just take the 2.3 app, continue, install, and open. Alright, probably my scooter's gone to sleep because it's been such a long time. So I'm going to go down here and turn it off. Turn it right back on again. Alright. So, get my thing out of the way. Allow. Okay, here's the app. I'm in a kind of a darkish room, so of course it went kind of dark. And, come on, go. There we go. Settings. And, as you can see, sees nothing. Go to connect. There we go. Instantly found it. And if I connect, come on, go. Come on, connect. There we go. That time it connected. And again, remember that's this scooter, which runs at 66 volts. And it says that I've got a 66 volt pack and 20 amp hour capacity. And if I hit back, and she's running. So everything is fine. So as soon as this phone gets anything on it other than the Virgin ROM like this, just totally dead scratch, the app stops working with the latest version. And I can see this as soon as I put Google Apps on here, which I can't do right now. But, I mean, immediately the app no longer scans. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but as you can see, the 1.4 version works no matter what state the phone's in, whereas the latest version only works in the Virgin state. Otherwise, it just never will scan.